Hey everyone, Alec here with Veed, and in this video I'm going to be taking you through the entire process of creating a video. We're going to start from the very beginning, so the idea of your video, and I'm going to be taking you all the way through until you have a finished video. So if you've never made a video before, keep on watching because this is how to make a video, the beginner's guide. And if you have created videos before, I'm sure you can still pick up a few tips from this video. And here's a list of exactly what we're going to be covering in this video with the timestamps, just in case you want to skip a few steps. So the first thing we're going to cover is your video idea. The second thing we're going to cover in this video is the scripting and research. Then we're going to cover how to record your video the correct way. Then we're going to cover importing your video into a video editor. Then we're going to take you through a step-by-step process of how to edit your video. And then finally, how to export your video. And with that being said, let's get started. So your video starts with an idea. Now there's hundreds and thousands of reasons why you would want to make a video. It could be just because you want to have a bit of fun. You could be making a video for work. You could be making a video for a friend at a birthday party. Now, although choosing your idea can be a simple step, it is important to make sure that you are focused on one specific topic. That way your video isn't all over the place. If you don't know what to make a video about and you're making something for fun, just choose a topic that you enjoy. If you're a big fan of skateboarding, why not make some skateboarding videos? The second step to your video is writing the script and doing your research. So before you actually sit down and begin recording your video, you need to make sure that you've planned it out first. Planning out your video is the best way to make sure that you don't miss out any information when it comes to recording. Also, planning is especially important if your video requires a lot of research and a lot of knowledge and you reference a lot of different things. Now, I like to think that there's two main ways that you can plan your video for the recording session. The first one is to write out a script, and then the second one is to write out some bullet points. A script is great to make sure that you don't miss out a single thing that you want to mention in your video. However, when having a script, it can make you appear very robotic on screen, so make sure that you don't read off the script directly when you're recording your video. Bullet points, however, are a great way to give your video a more natural feel and to show off your personality without steering too far off topic. Bullet points is what I'm using for this current video. I have a set list of bullet points that I want to touch on in that specific order, and then every time I come across a new bullet point, I just elaborate and share my thoughts on that bullet point. Once you've planned and researched your video, we can move on to the next step, how to record your video. So again, I like to think that there's two main parts to recording your video. There's the actual video side, so the visual, and then there's the audio side, so capturing the audio of your video. Nowadays, pretty much all smartphones have a good enough quality to record your first video. If you do have a smartphone and you want to start investing into a better setup for your video recordings, I don't suggest buying a camera first. If you want to improve your setup with one piece of gear, I highly recommend getting a good microphone. The best thing to invest in first is the audio quality. If you have a video with very low resolution but good audio, it's alright to watch. However, if you have a 4K video but the audio is a terrible quality, it makes it very unpleasant to watch. And here's an example of that. If you have a 4K video but the audio is a terrible quality, it makes it very unpleasant to watch. See? Bad audio is horrible. If you're curious, the mic I'm currently using is the Rode NT USB mic. And to improve your video quality, you don't necessarily need a better camera. And this is a mistake that I made when I first started out. One thing that you should really focus on to improve your video quality is actually the lighting. And to keep it simple, here's my breakdown of what I do to get some good lighting. So you're going to need three lights. You're going to need the main light, which is the light that hits your face directly. You want an ambient room light, so this is just the lights of the room that are switched on. And then you want a backlight, so I have a lamp behind me, as you can see, that's shining onto the side of my face here from the back at an angle. This helps separate me from the background. And just by improving the lighting, it can drastically increase the quality of your video. Again, here's an example side by side of me looking into the camera with the lights on and the lights off. As you can see, lighting makes a big difference. Now, the next thing when it comes to making your video and talking to a camera is to come off as comfortable and friendly to the camera. This was something I also struggled a lot with when I very first started out, but there's a few different things you can do to improve this. The first one is to always avoid reading off a script. The second one is to try and pretend that you are talking to a friend or a family member. And then the third one, which is something that I did, is to balance a picture on top of your lens and look at that picture and pretend you are talking to that person. This helps a lot. What I did when I very first started out is I balanced a Lego Batman on top of my lens, and for some reason that made me laugh. And it made it a little bit easier because you just feel more silly, so you're more comfortable. And obviously, you're not going to be amazing on camera straight away. I truly felt comfortable in front of a camera after about 10 to 30, maybe even 40 videos. And to this day, I still feel like I make progress every single time I record a video. And remember, I really want to emphasize on trying to avoid reading off a script, because this is what I used to do. I used to memorize the line from my script, look straight to the camera, and then I used to repeat that line word for word. And this made me come off as very robotic, and I used to never blink in my videos before. I used to get comments all the time saying, "This guy never blinks." But now, because I'm comfortable in front of the camera, it's coming off as more natural. And don't worry, if you make a mistake when talking to the camera, just relax, breathe in, breathe out, and start again. I'm going to be showing you how to edit out all the mistakes and blank parts from your video over the next few steps. Just don't rush things when talking to a camera. Now, once you're done recording, the next step to making our video is to import our video into a video editor. This step is pretty simple. First, you need to get the recording off your phone or off your camera. The best way to do this is with a cable. If you're doing it from a phone, you can either use AirDrop or you can upload it straight to Google Drive and then download it straight onto your computer. But if you're using a camera, you just plug the cable from your camera into your computer. Then drag your video onto your desktop, and then we can begin editing. So once you have your video recording on your computer, now we can begin the next step, how to edit your video. This part is one of the most important parts when it comes to making your video, and it's also one of the most time-consuming parts of making a video, depending obviously on the length of your video recording and how much you actually want to add to your video. So the tool we're going to be using to edit our video is an online video editor called Veed. The fact that it's online means that we don't have to download any software to our computer, and we can edit it straight from within our browser. So to get started, you can either head over to Google and Google Veed, which is Veed, or if not, the links are going to be in the description down below. Okay, so once you're on Veed, the first thing you want to do is create a new project. So we're going to click on the new project button in the top left. And now we're taken into Veed's video editor, and this is where we want to upload the video that we've just recorded with our camera. So to upload our video, we're just going to click on the upload files button, and then our documents will pop up, and this is where we need to select our video recording. So right here, I have an example recording, which I'm going to demonstrate to show you how to edit your video. So I've selected it, and I'm just going to click on open. And as we can see, it's now imported into Veed, and here I am. So if I click on play, start recording. As you can see, we have my video. Now this video right here is only a minute long, but this is only due to the fact that this is an example video and I'm just showing you the basics of how to edit your video. So the first thing we need to do is listen through to our video, and we need to cut out all the mistakes and the blank parts. So let's scroll to where I begin talking and click play. Hey everyone, in this video. Okay, so the clap is the beginning for me, so I'm just going to find it again. Okay, so what I'm going to do is place my playhead exactly where I want the actual video to start, and I can either choose to click and drag the beginning of the clip, but what I like to do is actually just select the video, and then we place the playhead where we want to cut it, and I use the split tool to just cut it where I want it to begin. So now all of this, the beginning first part, I don't want it, so I'm going to delete it, and to do that I can just right click and hit the delete button. So as we can see, we've now got rid of that first part. What I need to make sure I do is click and drag my clip back to the beginning of the timeline, so it still starts at 0 seconds. So now if I click play, hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite hobbies, skateboarding. Perfect, so that's my first sentence, and now what I'm going to do is make another cut right here. So I click the split tool again, and what we need to do is basically go through the entire video and cut out all the parts we don't want. So if I click play again, as you can see, there's quite a bit of a blank space here. So what I'm going to do is just quickly skim through with the playhead and find the next sentence. I've been skateboarding since the age of 15 now, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to cut it right here, and then I need to cut the first part of the sentence, and I'm going to cut it here. So now if I click play, I've been skateboarding since the... Okay, so this clip is the clip that I want. So now I need to delete this middle part. So I'm going to right click it, click delete, and then again just drag this clip back to the first part, so that way it should play seamlessly through if I click play. Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite hobbies, skateboarding. I've been Okay, so as you can see, there's too much of a blank space, so what I can do is just quickly trim and adjust these parts just like this, and then stick them together again, and then they should play more seamlessly. Favorite hobbies, skateboarding. I've been skateboarding since... As you can see, that now plays through faster, and basically what this does is it helps keep your audience's attention. This is what you would call a jump cut. Now, what we can do is we can click and drag and move around our video on the video canvas. So I've got the second clip selected right now. So for example, let's say I wanted to zoom in on my face a bit. I just click and drag to make it a bit bigger. And as we can see now, if I play from the beginning. Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite hobbies, skateboarding. I've been skateboarding since the age of 15 now, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. So as we can see, it zooms in. So that's a jump cut, and that basically just helps keep your viewers' attention. Now you know how to cut out all of your mistakes and the blank parts from your video and change the position of your video on the canvas. I'd also want to mention that if you want to, you can also rotate your video. So if you wanted to rotate it, that's all you have to do. Let's say we don't want to keep this the 16:9 aspect ratio. Because we filmed it on the camera or with a phone, if you film it horizontally, it will be within the 16:9 horizontal aspect ratio. Let's say you want to post the video to Instagram as a square video. So to do this, if we wanted to change the aspect ratio, all we have to do is select the video, and then we're going to go under the project tab, and here under the size, we have this drop down menu, and here we have a bunch of different preset aspect ratios that we can choose from. So if I wanted to post a square video to Instagram, if I'm editing this for Instagram, I can just choose the square 1:1 aspect ratio, and as you can see, we now have a square video, and I can easily just click and drag to resize it on my video canvas. So now if I click play, hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite hobbies, skateboarding. I've been skateboarding since the age of 15 now. As you can see, we now have a square video. Now let's say you wanted to add a little bit of text for your title, or for an example, when I say the word skateboarding, I want to add the word skateboarding on screen. To do this, very simple, under the text tab, all I'm going to do is click on add new text, and now we're just going to type out skateboarding. So now I've got the word skateboarding on my video canvas, and now what I'm going to do is change the color. So I can choose the color, so I'm going to choose white for this one, so it helps stand out on the background. And I'm also going to change the font. Let's say I want to make the font Arial black, just like this. So I have this one, and I want to make it a bit bigger so it takes up the full screen, just like this. I'm just going to click and drag this out like so. And I'm going to place it, I want it to appear over my mouth when I say the word skateboarding. So I need to find the moment where I say skateboarding. I'll be talking about one of my favorite hobbies. Okay, so I'm about to say skateboarding. So now what I'm going to do is click and drag the text within the timeline, just so it pops up for when I say skateboarding. Just like this. If you want to be really precise with it, you can also edit the times within the actual text editor. As you can see here, you can change the text times with your keyboard, or you can click and drag these things right here, the end stopwatch or the start stopwatch. So I'm just going to click and drag this within the timeline because that's my favorite way to do it. So now if I click play, one of my favorite hobbies, skateboarding. I've been skateboarding since the age. There we go. Now the next thing I'm going to do is actually add some pictures. So let's say I want to add a picture of a skateboard or something like that. I can go into the image tab, and then here I'm just going to click on add new image, and then again I'm going to be asked to upload a document from my desktop. And we're just going to select our image, so I'm just going to select this right here and click on open. And as we can see in the timeline, we now have our skateboard image that appears. And again, I can just click and drag it to move around on the canvas. I can also rotate it, and then I can resize it with these pink dots right here. Now I only want this to appear for the second clip. So again, what I'm going to do is just click and drag it within the timeline. And then I'm just going to click and drag the end just like so. Now, if I happen to make a mistake, let's say I accidentally do this and I didn't want to do that, I can just hit the undo button in the top right. And as we can see in the timeline, it sets back to where it originally was. I'm just going to click and drag it to adjust it again, just like so. So now if I play from the beginning and I click play. Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite hobbies, skateboarding. I've been skateboarding since the age of 15 now, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. As you can see, we have our video. So that's pretty much how to make a video using Veed. You can do a bunch more, such as adding subtitles. You can add a bunch of shapes, filters, and effects, but these are the basics. If you want to go more in depth, check out the rest of our YouTube channel because there's a bunch more. And then once you finish editing your video, before you export it, if you go into your project tab, there's a few settings you might want to adjust. First of all, there's the total duration. What I suggest you do, for example, if you've finished editing, let's say this is my final video, what you want to do is click on this little icon right here, and basically this will set your video to the length of where your last clip ends. As you can see right now, it's currently 55 seconds long. If we click here, it's now 32 seconds long. So as we can see, this is the 32nd second right here, and that's where it will finish. Now also what you might want to change is the export settings. So before you export it, if we go into the output tab, here we have a bunch of settings we can adjust. For an example, if I want to make this a smaller resolution to post to Instagram, I might not want to export it as a 2000 by 2000 video. I could turn this down to we're just going to go for 1072 by 1072 because Instagram accepts 1080 by 1080, and then I'm going to turn the frame rate down to 30 just like this, and then I'm going to leave the other settings right here. And then once I've finished and I'm happy with the export settings, All I have to do is click on the export button in the top right, and then Veed begins to render our video. And then once it's finished rendering, before we even download it to our computer, we can preview it to make sure that we're happy. If we're not happy, we can go back into our video project and edit it. If we are happy, we can download it as an MP4 file. And that is how to make a video using Veed. If you have any questions about the process of how to make a video or how to edit your video using Veed, we would love to hear them in the comment section down below, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you enjoyed this video, we'd really like it if you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button right down there, and you hit the notification bell. And with that being said, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.